Hello students, welcome to my next video. Today we will learn variables in research. I Dr. Rohan Daivale welcome you all the business research method online lecture series, lecture number 16. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So today's topic is variables in research. Learning questions for today's session are: what is the concept of variables in research? What are the various types of variables? What is the concept of treatment group and control group? So we will start with the basic concepts of constant and variable. We will start with constant. A constant does not change over the time and has a fixed value. Variable whose value cannot be changed once it is assigned, it is a constant. Think of something or someone that does not change as a constant. Thus, constant is uninterrupted in time and indefinitely long continuing. Now we will see what is variable. Variable can change or vary over the time. A variable is any entity that can take on different values. Variables can be defined as any aspect of theory that can vary or change as the part of interaction within the theory. In other words, variables are anything that can affect or change the results of the study. Every study has variables as these are needed to order to understand the differences. So this is about constant and variable. Now we will start with types of variables. We will learn dependent variable, independent variable, moderating variable, intervening variable, extraneous variable, and concomitant variable. We will understand each and every variable in detail. We will start with dependent variable. The dependent variables are those that depends on the other factors that are measured. These variables are expected to change as a result of experimental manipulation of the dependent and independent variable. It is presumed effect. Value of the variable may change due to change in independent variable. In research, effect of independent variable on dependent variable is studied. So we will now understand the concept of independent variable. The variable that is stable and unaffected by the other variables you are trying to measure. It refers to the condition of experiment that is systematically manipulated by the investigator. It is the presumed value. It is the presumed cause. There may be one or many variables which are independent in nature. By changing these variables, effect on dependent variables is considered. So this was about dependent and independent variable. Now we will move towards next concept, that is moderating variables. It is the third variable that affects the strength of relationship between dependent and independent variables under the study. There is at least one independent and dependent variable in each relationship. Other variables are not considered in the relationship. Example of dependent, independent, and moderating variables now we will see. Consider a study, that is study number 1. If a researcher wants to conduct a study where researcher wants to measure the customer satisfaction level of people who are using various telecom services. So this is the research study. Here there are two variables under the study. One variable is service quality and another variable is customer satisfaction. So we can see the study again. Here researcher wants to study where he wants to measure the customer satisfaction level of people who are using telecom service providers. So here service quality is one variable that is provided by telecom service provider, and depending on the service quality there is customer satisfaction. Now you can easily find out. Now here the customer satisfaction will be achieved perception of the service quality. Thus customer satisfaction here depends on the service quality. Thus Can you guess what are the dependent and independent variable? Yes. Here now, for study number 1, dependent variable is customer satisfaction, because customer satisfaction is depending on the service quality, and that's why independent variable is, in this particular case study, service quality is independent variable. Further, we will see one more case study, study number 2. If same researcher continues the study, now the researcher wants to measure customer loyalty after customer get satisfied. Hence here there are two variables under study. One is customer loyalty and another is customer satisfaction. So here customer loyalty is depend on customer satisfaction. So we can easily say that for study number 2, dependent variable is customer loyalty because customer loyalty depends on customer satisfaction, and here independent variable in this particular study is customer satisfaction. Now if we combine study number 1 and study number 2 like this, further if we combine these two studies where the customer satisfaction will mediate the relationship between the service quality and customer loyalty, because of service quality, maybe customer will get satisfied, and if the customers are satisfied, he may be a loyal customer. So here there are three variables: service quality, customer satisfaction, and customer loyalty. So now we can identify which is dependent variable, which is independent variable, and in between there is one variable which is called as moderating variable. So you can easily guess. Yes, here dependent variable is customer loyalty, moderating variable is customer satisfaction, and independent variable is service quality. So this was about first three variables: dependent variable, independent variable, and moderating variable. Now we will understand the next variable, that is intervening variable. It is the hypothetical internal scale that is used to explain the relationship between observed variables. Such are the variables arising between the starting time until independent variables influence remains on dependent variable. Intervening variables are not observable and measurable directly. Intervening variables are linked between or link the independent and dependent variable, but as abstract process, they are not directly observable during the experiment. We will understand this by one example. Here we will take one example. If research or study is carried out and topic of this study is use of a specific teaching technique for its effectiveness. So independent variable is teaching technique, and dependent variable, what is depend on teaching technique? Dependent variable is the completion of techniques objectives by the study perception participants. And now here intervening variables can be the actual process used internally by the students to learn the subject matter. So this is the internal variable which is there in this particular study. We will start with extraneous variable now. These are the undesirable external variables that influence the relationship between the variables under study. That is, dependent and independent variables are there under study, and because of this extraneous variable, these are external undesirable variables that influencing the relationship. There are depending or moderating but external variables which are not connected to the objective of the study but affect the dependent variables. This effect is called as experimental error. A well-designed experiment eliminates as many unmeasured extraneous variables as possible. This makes it easier to observe the relationship between the dependent and independent variable. These extraneous variables, also known as unforeseen factors, can affect the interpretation of experimental results. Logging variables as a subset of extraneous variables represent the unforeseen factors in the experiment. Another type of lurking variable includes the confounding variable, which can render the result of the experiment unless or useless or invalid. Sometimes a confounding variable could be a variable not previously considered. Not being aware of the confounding variable's influence skews the experimental results. We can take the example for extraneous variable as: consider the study, and title of the study is Effect of Reading Reference Books on Students' Performance in the Final Examination. This is the example. Here independent variable is habit of reading reference books or just reading a reference book. And what is the dependent variable? What is depend on reference books reading? Yes, dependent variable is students' mark in the final examination. Now here extraneous variables like difficulty of a question paper or their health, like students' health during the examination period, that can be extraneous unwanted variable. Suppose in semester 1 students are reading normal books or local author books, and their examination is suppose 65%, and at that time the paper difficulty was very low or very easy papers were there. And second semester, suppose students are referring reference books, and we are observing now students mark in the final examination, but unfortunately in that particular semester the difficulty level of question paper was difficult or very difficult. Then we cannot judge the dependent and independent variables and its impact. So this difficulty level of question paper or students' health issues in the during the examination, etc., will be the extraneous variable, that these are unwanted variables. Now we will see some key considerations for controlling the extraneous variables. First is participant variables, minimizing the difference between the participants, example their stage of development such as age or ability such as IQ. Then researcher variables, factors such as researcher's behavior, appearance or gender could affect the participant response, so should be made consistent throughout the experiment. Also situational variables like control of the setting where the experiment takes place, such as keeping light or sound or temperature level of is consistent. So these are the various consideration for controlling extraneous variable. Now moving on to the last variable, that is concomitant variable. These type of variables are observed in the study, but they are not measured. These are also known as secondary or subordinate or incidental variables. A concomitant variable is observed, but it is not measured or otherwise used in analyzing the data set in which it appears. Concomitant means accompanying, that is add-on. There is relationship between variables. In research, such relationship is observed and hypotheses are formed. We will take example of concomitant variable. A study which compares the salaries of male and female college graduates. This variable being studied as gender and salary. The primary survey questions are related to these two main topics. But since the salary increases the longer someone has been in the workplace, or maybe because of their experiences, the concomitant variable time out of college has been potential to screw out our data if it is not accounted for. So this is the example of concomitant variable. Moving on, we will understand the basic concepts of treatment group and control group. So basic knowledge of treatment group and control group now we will see. We will first start with a treatment group. A treatment group, sometimes called as experimental group, is a group that receives a treatment in the experiment. The group is made up of the two subjects like test subjects, people, variables, task, etc. And the treatment is variable that you are studying. In experimental research design, that is DOE, or design of experiments, treatments are applied to experimental units in a treatment group. In comparative experiments, members of control groups receive a standard treatment that is called as a placebo or dummy, or no treatment at all. Now we will see a control group. A control group is used as a baseline measure. The control group is incidental to all other items or subject that you are examining, with the exception that it does not receive the treatment or the experimental manipulation that the treatment group receive. There are more than one treatment group, more than one control group, or both. For the conclusions drawn from the results of experiment to have a validity, it is essential that the items or patients assigned to treatment group be representative of some population. Example: researcher wants to carry a study effect of playing various management games on personality development of the students. Here, class students can be divided into two equal parts. One group of students will undergo various management games in their special classes, while this group is called as treatment group. Another group that will be isolated from these management games activity, this group of students will be called as control group. At the end of the period, say suppose 2 months, the personality development analysis can be done and the researcher can find whether playing various management games has any effect on students' personality or not. So this is the example of treatment group. You must have seen the Horlicks ad. So suppose there are 100 students, then you can divide the batch into 50-50. 50 students will drink a particular drink and 50 students will not drink the particular drink. And after 2 years or 6 months, their heights are measured and we can draw some conclusion whether using a particular drink or drinking a particular drink there is effect on height or not. So this is the example of treatment and control group. Now what we have learned, our learning outcomes are the concept of variables in research, the various type of variables we have observed and seen, the concept of treatment and control group we have studied. So what is next? In my next video, we will understand and learn hypothesis statements. Till then, keep thinking, keep learning, keep watching my channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and turn on the bell icon for further notification. All the best for your studies. And these are some references that I have used for preparing this video. Thank you. Thank you.